Hey guys, Icardi here, welcoming you to something about music. Yeah, music, yay, who cares? Anyway, I thought I would go ahead and there we go. Um, I don't know. It's kind of a spur of the moment thing, but I decided to show you how to make music. And no, this is not going to teach you how to write the newest and crappiest pop song ever, but this is just going to be a little video about the basic structure of music and basic music theory that you will need to know in order to create music. So, um, the first place we want to go, if you don't know about anything music related, where you want to go is music theory. I spelled that wrong. Theory.net. .net. From here, you can go to lessons. You can do stuff about the staff and stuff like that. You can do exercises on those that you learn. If you have nothing, if you know nothing about music, then you want to go there first. But if you know, like me, about music, then you want to go head over to Noteflight, which is a free online notation software. Um, log out. So you're going to come to a screen looking like this. What you want to do is you want to go to sign up. I've already signed up. It doesn't take any money or anything. It just takes your email address, which I have not gotten any notifications, so whatever, and a password. So you can sign up there. But as I already have an account, I will just log in. So from here, you want to go up to the top right. You're going to see a thing called New Score over here. You're going to want to click on that. And it'll bring you to where you're going to be making your music. So from here, it doesn't really ask you like what instrument you want to play. It just assumes you want to play the piano. And for this particular example, we do. However, if you do not, you can go ahead and click on the you can either click on that. Actually, what you can do is let's just delete that. All right. So what you can do is you go to change instrument. You could change it without paying, which is if you pay, you get crescendo. But basic, you get all this stuff and get bass. You can get some guitar stuff. The best instrument in the entire world, by the way. You can get brass, and you can get some pitch percussion, and we can get some pitch percussion or piano. And then there's also piano and keyboards. Okay, that makes no sense. So we don't actually want to do that. We're actually going to be using the piano. We're going to want to move this over here. So what we're actually going to want to do is we're going to add a part below the staff. We're going to do some unpitched percussion. This is going to be for later, so if you're going to follow along with this example, do not worry about this. You don't have to do it right now. But for now, we're going to want to worry about some piano. So first things first, you want to get a little bit of a melody played out. And this is something that you can't equate to science. It's something that you just got to. Hang on, I got to make sure I'm still recording. And yeah, you get to see that ugly thing. Okay, we're good. And creating melody is really not something you can, I don't know. It's not really something you can teach. You have to simply feel it. So here's, I came up with this little number a little while ago. So once you get your oh yeah, this little two-bar right here. This can tell you flat, natural, sharp, 32nd, 16th, or 64th, 32nd, 16th, eighth, quarter, half, and whole notes. Also, it could tell you lyrics. It could tell you performance text, expression text. Performance text is something like I don't know, just something that you need to keep in mind for the performance, like look up or what have you. Expression text is things like dynamics, style, like legato, and stuff like that. Chord symbol is if you're actually taking a music theory course and you want to label the chord structure, and I can't even tell what that says, so I'm going to ignore it. So that's a fermata. If you went on musictheory.net, if you know, or if you're in music, then you should know what that is. It's where the director holds out a note, and you just have to follow him. Here's a rhythm dot, which is basically an extension of a half extension of a note. So if you put a half note down and then you added a dot, it would make it into three instead of just two beats. After that, we have ties, which ties two notes together, so it doesn't have to be articulated. And this is turning into music theory 101. So You also have your cymbals, which is like arcado, staccato, legato, or tenuto, as it's more commonly called. Marcello, no. You also have a coda, and there's that, whatever that's called. Anyway, here's some note styles and note notations. Pretty simple. And also some crescendo, trills, take it up the octave down, left vibrate. This stuff is mostly just for brass and not anything I care about. But here are some extra pitch and rhythm stuff like the double flat and the double sharp. There's the incoming tie, which is in case you have like a repeat sign, I believe. And then you have some, other stuff. So from here, we're going to want to change this to an eighth note. I'm going to write out my melody a little bit real quick. I have it on my phone, but my phone went to... what's my thing? Give me a sec. It's laying sideways on my lap, so I have to whatever. So I'm going to quick write up my melody. While I'm doing this, I'm going to say that I've been doing this for about a year and a half-ish. So, and I'd like to think I've gotten fairly decent at it. Okay. Oh, I have to. Oh, okay. Yeah, Noteflight can be a little bit finicky in some of its dealings, but it's honestly one of the best free softwares out there. The best paid for software is probably Sibelius, bar none. So, yeah. Can't really beat Sibelius simply because it's Sibelius. It's made to be good. I guess you could say everything is made to be good, but I know I can use the keyboard buttons, but I don't really feel like it, so shut up. Yep. Alright, so there's our melody line. Let's listen. Let's take a listen. See, doesn't that sound pretty? So, if I recall right, there it is, there's my mouse. If I recall right, my music theory teacher told me that you need to, when you're listening to a piece of music, you need to write out the bass first. But if you're writing a piece of music, write out the soprano first. At least that's how I always did it. So now that we've got our melody down, we need to get some harmonies into here. Now, a harmony, in case you don't know, is something like, let me just put an example up. Put an example up here. Shut up, update. Let's just play that. That's so wrong. I don't know. So, did you hear it though? Nah, here, I have a better example. There we go. So, I'm just gonna put it right here. Come on. There we go. That right there is a harmony. Now, in case you don't know what that means in music terms, that means to harmonize, and by harmonize, I mean sound good with another note. For example, a G, which would be up here on the bass clef, sounds very good with a C on. So, yeah. So, but we're going to ignore basically all of that, at least on the same staff terms. And we're just going to harmonize our bass clef, which is this little bugger right here, with the treble clef, which is this little bugger right here. So what you want to do is, I have no time to explain this, but I'm going to just say that basically there are certain chord structures. There are triads and there are seventh chords. We're going to be focusing on the major triad of each major beat of a measure. So basically, what that means, what the hell does that mean? That means that for every major checkpoint in a measure is what as I like to call it. For in this case, it would be this C right here and this E, which is the middle of the measure, the start of beat 3. So we are going to harmonize, or in this case, parallel this C right here. So I'm going to put a C down here, right here, like that. I'm going to change it into a half note so that it lasts till beat 3. And then for the E, I'm going to actually take it down and harmonize into the fifth of that cousin E. If you go up 2, or technically it's 3. You go up to a G and then up to a B, and this is a B down here. So yeah, let's just see how that sounds. Sounds good. All right, so from here, I'm actually going to put a little bit of a counter melody. I messed that up. So, should I put a counter melody? Yeah, I'll put a counter melody. Why not? So we have a D, which is the fifth of G, and then I'm going to, from here, that's a D, so A, I guess, A, E again, so let's put a B, and then a C. Let's go ahead and put an E. That'll sound pretty. Yeah, that sounds not good. Hold on, let's put it. Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. So, no wait, that's a C. I was reading the bass clef. Sorry about that. So we have, then let's move that. Should I? Yeah, I'll move that up. Yeah, I'll move that up to a E. That's no. See, it doesn't sound good. So I'm just gonna put it onto a C. I'll make it match. See, sometimes you just gotta play around. So actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it down. Yeah, see, that sounds a bit better. Alrighty then. So, after this, let's go back to our... Now, for this measure, it's actually quite interesting. This third measure right here, each beat is actually a very important beat, because I like to think of it as either every 4 or 2 notes, depending on what the music calls for. For 4, it's generally between 16th notes, like for these 4 16th notes, the next 4 16th notes. And then for this, it's just every beat, or every 2 eighth notes, which is every beat, simply because that's what the music calls for. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some harmonies right here. So, there. Oh, I messed that up. And then do. Honestly, I don't know what this thing is doing there. No, go away. There we go. Let's have a listen to it, shall we? Yep. See, it sounds really nice and pretty. However, one thing I don't like is in this measure, let's take a listen to it again. I don't like how in between beats 2 and 3, the note stays the same. So I'm actually going to move that up. And now, you have a nice downward progression as this one goes into a neutral progression, as I like to call it. Technically, this is not a progression of any sort or kind that I know of anyway, or that I can remember, I should say. But I like to call it a neutral progression because it goes down, then up, and then wobbly, and then back to generally close to the original note. While the bass obviously does a downward trend. Alright. So now that we have our main melody done, let's take a listen. We can add this little thing. So I've already tried out every single one of the things, which I believe goes down to from there up to there, or there. So after that, it's just silence. Alright, that's enough. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, let's just get a nice bass beat going. Just all the way across. 2 E Z. Alrighty. See, doesn't that sound nice? Now that we got the bass beat going, it actually has a little bit more energy to it, if you notice. However, it could have more energy. Now this is where you want to really flex your creative muscles, and how I'm going to do that is just wait. I have something planned. So for now, let's just do it in this first measure, and then I'll do it off camera for the rest. Yep. Now listen. See, doesn't that sound a lot more energized? Oh, everything just shifted. That's normal. It's just because your music takes up more room than will fit on one line. So that's completely fine. And honestly, I'd prefer it that way. So it's bigger and easier to read. Okay. Now from here, you see, so you see how this has a 16th note followed by this? See, I always like in the percussion music, I'm just gonna, so from here, I'm gonna change that to an 8th note. I'm gonna put, actually, I'm gonna put one high above here, and then from here, I'm also gonna put one there. All right? Let's change it to an 8th, and then Oh, actually for here, what I'm gonna do. Now, this measure is interesting. I always like to do this. Give me a sec. What I'm gonna do, basically, I messed that up. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of an inversion type thing. And that is the complete wrong term, by the way, so don't quote me on that. That did absolutely nothing. There we go. Now let's take a listen to it. And I'm actually going to leave this right here because it's like the calming measure. So let's just take a listen to it. See how it does like the treble clef actually has a nice energized line here, followed by this half beat of calm, where it's just a unison kind of thing. Actually, it is a unison. It's 2 Fs and then a bass beat. So then after that, we have another energized thing right leading into this 4th measure, which is the ending. Got it? So let's take a listen to it and see if you can pick that out. See, I always like the distance between this 3rd beat, the first half of it, and the rest of the measure. I always like that. Yeah. So, basically what I did here is I wanted to add a little bit of more energy than just the piano, because honestly, the piano by itself, in a computer anyway, doesn't have the necessary emotion to really keep me interested. So at least for the computer, I like to do that. So from here, basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to spice it up. We are done with our composition. This composition is the finished product. We just need to add all the bells and whistles to it. So how are we going to do that? Well, first of all, we need to balance out the sound. The sound is extremely unbalanced. The percussion is far too loud, as is the bass clef of the piano. And also, I do not like this second measure, period. You want to know why? I do not like this. So I'm going to change it right now. I'm going to put this part of the treble clef down into the bass clef. And I'm going to change this to a half note and this to a half note. Now let's listen to it. I wanted to have a little bit more, I have to make sure it's still recording. Damn, 20 minutes. It should have been done in 5. Anyway, I wanted to add a little bit more words come out of my mouth. I wanted to add a little bit more uniqueness to the bass line. So I added that little bit of melody into it. So there you go. So now that we've finally finished, this is our finished product. We need to spice it up. So how am I going to do that? Well, first of all, I'm going to change the dynamics in the first part, in the first measure, score. You can either do that by going to here, or no, here, Control E, or you could just go to underscore and dynamics and expression. So you're going to want to click on a note, dynamics expression. This little type window will come up. I'm going to type an F for forte. There we go. For here, I want the bass line to stand out at least a little bit, so I'm going to change that to, I'm going to say a mezzo forte, MF. And for this, I'm going to change it to a piano, because I want that to just be a very small detail. So let's listen to it. See, overall, a lot more balance between the melody and the accompaniment. However, this measure still poses a problem, the second measure. So what we're going to want to do is I'm going to select this note, Control E, and that brings up obviously the type window for the expressions, and I'm going to change that to a mezzo piano, right, just for this measure. So from here, I'm going to go to this one, because this is where it comes back into prominence, Control E, and change it back to forte. So let's listen to it. See, not bad. All right. So from here, we're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to change this to a forte and this back to a mezzo forte. There we go. See, not bad. Although it could use a little bit more dynamic flair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, where did you go? Arg. Over here. I'm going to add this thing, which is a crescendo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, don't hit the note, you dummy. Yeah, right here. I don't want it in the way of the mezzo piano, because just so it'll look a little bit more professional. So I'm going to put that to about right here so that it goes all the way to after this note. So I'm going to crescendo back into that forte, and from here I'm going to do the same thing. Alright, that should be good, I think. Sorry, I couldn't see. Alright, I think that sounds fairly well. That was so bad. Anyway, I think that sounds fairly good. So from here, this is obviously, we can title it. These are all type bars. This is my example. It's for looks only. Composer, no one important. Yep. And lyricist. Lol. Lyricists. Alright. Alright, so here it is. Here is our finished product. This is just obviously an example. You can go much, much farther along. Actually, after I play this one last time, I'm going to switch over to a different score in which I arranged a mix of the town theme from Final Fantasy 1 and the Someday the Dream Will End from Final Fantasy 10. It's weird, but I think it sounds pretty. Anyway, let's play this one last time. And this is 20 minutes of your life. Beautiful. So, if no one wants to hear that next thing, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment. If not, criticism is always welcome. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, and if you have any suggestions for any musical things, just let me know, and I'd be happy to try it. So, yeah. So from here, I guess, yeah. So I'm going to save that. Saving document, and then I'm going to... Oh, that's playing it again. Go back. Final Fantasy Mini Medley. And this is what you will be able to do once you get a little bit more practice. Obviously, it's a bit more than 4 measures. Just a bit. Alright, let's take a listen. Ta-da! No, but that all in all, this little piece took me around total probably around 3 hours. Though most of that wasn't figuring it out. If it was just figuring it out at 1 hour tops, it was just a matter of actually doing it as the problem. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, and criticisms. Always welcome. And I will see you in the next video. I really hope that this helped at least one person. But thank you guys for watching. And goodbye.